So we've talked a lot about utilizing the posterior chain, stabilizing the hips, stabilizing the thighs and internal rotation, and utilizing the shoulders to ground us as we engage the muscles of the posterior chain. So now let's put all of these movements together and see what's going on, discuss what's going on as we do them. So we press the back of our lower legs into the ball. We press our shoulder blades firmly into the mat and stabilize them against the back of the rib cage, utilizing the musculature, the rhomboids, the rear delts, the mid to low traps to bring the shoulder blades into the back of the rib cage and to ground them into the mat. As the thighs stabilize in this internal rotation using the deeper gluteal muscles, the gluteus medius, the gluteus minimus, we keep the deep abdominals engaged as we begin to lift the spine from the mat, one vertebrae at a time, using the deeper stabilizing muscles, the intraspinous muscles, as well as the larger muscles in the back, to lift us up without overly engaging the gluteus maximus muscle. From here, we keep the shoulder blades pressing into the back of the rib cage and keep the shoulders pressing into the floor. And we begin to use the hamstrings, not just the bicep femoris, but also the semimembranosus and the semitendinosus, which are involved with rotating the thighs in toward each other, utilizing the whole hamstring complex to lift the hips up as we keep the shoulder blades pressed into the mat. Keeping the shoulders pressed into the mat, keeping the lower spine nice and long, we begin to relax the hamstrings and extend the leg out to its full length. As we do this, as we keep the lower spine long, we keep those deep hip muscles in alignment and help to establish that proper alignment in that part of the body. Still keeping the gluteals relaxed, keeping the shoulders pressed into the mat, we lower the spine back down to the mat, one vertebrae at a time, emphasizing that relaxing of the deep spinal stabilizers and that stability through the hip, thigh area, letting the lower spine and the hips be the last thing to come down to the floor.